Just let us know when you're finished.
Lovely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if it's the first time you've seen him, you're in for a treat. Let's have a nice round of applause for Glenn.
Hang on, there you go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have never seen me before, I'm here bringing a little extra to an open mic that's normally seen as all musical. Well, I don't sing because the last time I tried singing, the cats threw bricks at me. So, I'm here doing stand-up comedy and impressions. Right, so that's pretty good. I was last here about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I've had other things doing that. Also, I'll be here almost every week. I'm here most weeks anyway. So, I'll offer some jokes for you. Paddy is trying to get some sleep, and next door's neighbour, their dog is barking in the garden. And he gets out of bed, and his wife says, what are you doing? He says, that dog next door is keeping me up. He said, she said, what are you going to do about it? He says, you'll find out. Anyway, so he goes down, and when he comes back, she says, what have you done with their dog? He says, I put it in our garden, see how they'll have been kept up all night. So, yeah, think about it. Anyway, there's, I hear that Domino's have got a Christmas pizza. They're calling it the Good King Wenceslas pizza because it's a deep pan, crisp and even. Yes, and of course, I've got some impressions to do tonight, so I'll move on with them. So, we all remember Chris Tarrant presenting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and then Jeremy Clarkson took over. Well, here's them two advertising their versions of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the respective TV channels that you would expect to catch them. So, it starts like this. Who wants to be a millionaire? Well, that's the question on Challenge TV. So you can watch me, Chris Tarrant, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on Challenge TV. Piss off, Tarrant. Or you can watch me, Jeremy Clarkson, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on ITV. So, so that was good. And of course, do you remember the cartoon series that used to be around called Dastardly and Muttley in the Magnificent Flying Machines? The theme tune was called Catch the Pigeon, so you'll probably remember the theme tune if you don't remember the cartoon. So here I'm going to do the cartoon characters, all of the cartoon characters from that show. So as you know, it starts off with the general, which is basically all you hear of the general is and then Dick Dastardly answering in reply. So here it is. So the phone is ringing, and it's the old 1920s phone where they put it to the ears, don't they? Hello, General. No, General, we haven't called the pigeon yet. But Klunk is working on it right now. Yes, Colonel. We'll get to do that as soon as possible. So then, of course, you got Muttley there listening to it. What are you looking at, Muttley? Shut up, you snickering hound. So, well, Klunk, what does this contraption do? Well, Chief, it's... Chief, what did he say, Zilly? Oh, don't ask me. I'm too frightened to repeat it. So, there you go. That's Dastardly and Muttley, their Magnificent Flying Machines. And, of course, Have you ever often thought about what would happen if Star Wars and Star Trek came together for a mashup or crossover, as they call it in television terms? It would probably be something like this. And this is the old crew, the original crew of the Starship Enterprise. So you've got Captain Kirk, which is slightly exaggerated, so. Well, Bones and Mr. Spock, what are we doing on this crazy mechanical planet? Well, Jim, it is logical to say that we are on some sort of Death Star. And here comes a couple of people now. Oh, we have strangers on board of the Death Star, Master Yoda. Strangers indeed. Not from our universe. No, indeed they're not. What do you say, C-3PO? Oh, I'm C-3PO. Well, let's go over and see them. Well, hello there. It's Bones McCoy. Well, are we safe on board this vessel? Only if we don't come across Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. Oh my God, Jim, did you hear that? Come across them, we're doomed. Yes, Bones, I'm afraid so. But luckily we've got Scotty to beam us out of here if there's any problems. For Christmas, Luke Skywalker is having a PlayStation 5 and an action man with retractable hands. I know this, for I have felt his presence. And don't forget, Lord Vader. Thank you very much, Emperor. This blue pill, what is it for? Well, you've been having problems of late. Take that, and you will soon rise, Lord Vader. So there you go, that's a crossover between the two universes. And of course, I forgot the Scotty, haven't you? Right now, Scotty, beam us up. I cannot get it going, Captain. I cannot. But as soon as I can, I'll beam you off this crazy Death Star. So there you go. So, of course, there's all sorts of impressions I do. Does anybody want any impressions doing? Have you got any that you'd like me to do an impression of? You drawn a blank? I didn't know you were playing dominoes. Right. Have you got any impressions you'd like me to do? No? Aaron, what about you? Can't think. It's like the Men in Black have been, you've got Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones coming around flashing, and it's wiped everybody's mind. Oh well, anybody around the corner want to give me a voice request? No? Well, I'll tell you what. Who watches Family Guy, yeah? Because, Family Guy is what people ask me to do. So, Family Guy, so here we go. So you've got Stewie Griffin, haven't you? Who's the little baby in it, and he talks a bit like this. Yes, it's Stewie Griffin, everybody. Well, he comes without my know, Peter Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin here. Yeah. Has anybody seen my wife, Lois? Oh, Peter! What? I'm just a second behind you. Well, has anybody seen Cleveland? I'm right here, Peter. I'm right here. I've been here before you with Quagmire. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Well, you know, that barmaid over there, she's just been begging for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's only Quagmire, isn't it? So, I'm here with Joe. Get your ass over here, Peter. Yeah. And then you got Chris Griffin, who goes on about he's the evil monkey in his class, hasn't he? So if you've seen the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. And of course, the evil monkey is a visual joke, so apologies for everybody around the corner, but you can catch this on YouTube. So, I've been having trouble with that evil monkey that lives in my closet. So there you go. and of course, there's everybody likes well, there's people who like Donald Trump and people who don't like him. Well, I do a little sketch where Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan are together doing a bit of a roadshow, and I call it the Donald and Ronald Roadshow. And in case you're wondering how a dead president like Ronald Reagan came about, I'll just reintroduce that. On Donald Trump's last day as president, he looks into a mirror in the White House, and he says, Ronald Reagan 5 times, right? And then Ronald Reagan appears, a bit like Candyman, if you've seen the Candyman movies. So that's how I introduced that last time I was here. So here we go. I'm here. We are now in Alabama. So here, what have you got today, Ronald? What have you been thinking about? Oh, well, I've been having a bit of a mind blank, like it's just like the Men in Black have been and wiped my brain. No change there then. So what I love about people around the world, they're wonderful people. It's just the globalists that are a bit corrupt, aren't they? Some would say very corrupt. I mean, it's time to drain the swamp, isn't it? Well, I think you're all wonderful people everywhere around the world. What do you say, Ronald? Ronnie? Oh, wow. I agree with you. I mean, we're both Republicans, aren't we? So, I mean, I was a Republican when I was president, and you were as well. So there we have it. And that's all we have time for. And there we go. So, thank you for watching me tonight. And before I go, Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing his grocery shopping, and the lady at the checkout said to him, "How are you going to pay for your groceries, Mr. Schwarzenegger?" He pulls out his debit card and he says, "I study Visa, baby." And until next week. Next week I'm planning to bring the. Has anybody ever played Cards Against Humanity? Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to next week bring that and have a bit of a game show element, since it's nearly Christmas next week.
That'll be fun.
So that'll be fun, yes. And Dave, would you like to be the judge on who picks it? Because what I'll do, I'll pick out 3 people to come along, and obviously it's going to be best of up to 5 rounds, because it's the first person to score 2 points, and you will be then picking out which option you think was the funniest.
Sounds complicated, but I'm sure
Oh, it'll be a lot easier when you see it taken out. It's probably complex to explain right now, but it is going to be fun. So I'll be here again next week. You're here next week, aren't you?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. Right, so that's it. So until next week.
I'll be back, baby. Let's hear it for Glenn. Let's go, Glenn.
I got it.